Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. So you join me just as I'm about to jack up the R56, so I thought what a perfect opportunity to do a bit of a review on the quick jacks, because I've had a lot of people ask me in the comments and also on my Instagram. So I thought I'd do a bit of a review, show you how to use them and how easy it is to actually jack up the car in seconds. Okay, so the jacks I went for, and I'll put them up on the screen now, is the BL5000 SLX. So they're really heavy duty ones, so they can do up to 2,268 kilos for about £100 less. I could have got saved some money, but actually it would have done a lower weight. What I wanted to do was future-proof myself, so I got one that could lift way more than I would ever need. So what I looked at was the weight of the Mini and the weight of the Mustang. So the weight of the Mini, so the R56, is roughly 1,200 kg. So as I said, this can lift over 1,200 more than that. And to put that into perspective, the Mustang GT, so the latest one, which is supposed to be a heavy car, that's about 1,700 kg. So again, these lifts could lift them absolutely no problem. So I'm future-proof myself, just in case I decide to go for a bigger car and I can still work on it. So this particular model is the 12 volt DC version. So what that basically means is you can't plug it into your sockets in England. What you'd need to do is either use jumper cables, which is what I do, and basically connect it to the car I'm working on. Other option is to just keep a spare car battery, about a 12 volt battery, and you'll be able to connect to those. So I'll show you that when we're sort of running them and getting it up and running, so that you can see how I do that, so I don't need to carry around a big battery everywhere. In terms of them being portable and mobile, I'll show you me trying to move them in a minute, but they're not light things. So they're described as portable ramps, and yes, technically they are. If you want to lug those in and out of the car, feel free, you can do that, and that's certainly possible, and you could take them to a friend's house. What I would say is a bit of a warning is they are really heavy and cumbersome, so it'd probably take two of you to lift them into the back of the car, unless you put up a little bit of a ramp or something into the back of your car. So just a bit of a warning, yes, they are portable, you can move them around, but it would be one hell of a weight to lift on your own to put them into the back of a car or van to use and take elsewhere. Okay, so let's walk you through what we've got on the floor here. So this is exactly what you get in the kit when you get them. So you have to do a little bit of setting up. So this isn't a setup video. They've got perfectly good instructions online or on their website. You have to attach some of the hoses and things like that, but it's really easy to do, and anyone with any sort of general mechanic knowledge would be able to do that. And if you're going to be jacking up cars, you'll easily be able to set these up. So you got obviously the left and right jack. So you can see here you've got a bit of a safety lock, so as it cranks up, that locks it in place. So when you've got the car in the air, you actually rest the jack on this and release the pressure, so that it's all nice and safely locked in place. One of the big things to point out is the fact you never drive over these ramps. Big warnings everywhere on them. You actually slide them into the side of the car once the car's in place to jack it up. Let's walk over here, and what else have we got? So we've got the motor itself, so you can see it's nice and easy to use. It's as simple as an up and down button. So it's all quick release. So the connections, two connections here, connect to these here. If I take the cap off, you'll see that is a quick release connection, so it's super easy. Once you're ready to jack the car up and you've got these underneath, connect it all up, press the button, and away you go. Over here you've got some jacking blocks, so you can see you've got two heights. These all come with this set as standard. And obviously with the Mini, especially with it being lowered, I just use those lower blocks, because you can't put the bottom side of this jack onto the bottom of the car. You do need to have those rubber blocks, and what happens with those, you literally just slot them in wherever it is, dependent on your jacking points on your car and how far these reach. You just move these in and around wherever you need them, so you're jacking up on rubber and not doing metal to metal on the bottom of your car. Okay, one part I did forget to get out of the garage, so I've just been and got it. These are the extension hoses. These allow it so that you don't have to put the motor under the car or the pump. You can actually put these on and drag the motor to the front of the car where the battery is. So what we'll do, we'll bring the R56 out, and I'll show you how easy it is to actually jack up the car. Okay, so first of all we've just got to slide these under the car. there's wheels at this end. And position it so that your jacking blocks, here the rubber ones, are against your mini jacking blocks. Okay, so that's all okay. Okay, so next up we're going to take the motor, so we've got that there. And you can see this is where, it doesn't matter which one you use, but we can connect this that comes from the jack to there, but obviously it won't reach, so we want to use one of the extender cables, and all it is a push fit solution. So if you can see there, that just pushes onto the end of there, so I'll show you that now. Okay, so we're going to take the cover off. This is the extension cable, and all we're going to do is, if you look here, you can push that back slightly. You have to make sure the ball bearing's lined up with the cut there, and you push it on. There you go. That's that connected, locked in place, it can't come off. And what you can do as well is now rotate that so it's nowhere near the ball bearing, and it means that safely will never be able to come unhooked, so your hydraulic fluid won't escape. Then what you do, take the other end of your extension, so that's that one, you need to connect it to the pipe on your jack. So again, make sure the ball bearing's lined up and push that on until it locks in place like that. That's it now connected. So all we need to do is repeat that on the other side. Okay, one of the big warning things to remember before you put the jack under the car is to make sure you run the hydraulic cable from this end underneath the frame, so you come under here and under out here, so that when you're jacking up the car it doesn't get trapped on the underside of the car, so you never run it over the top of that. So that's something to remember every time you use these, otherwise you're going to end up pinching the hose. So it's just a quick tip on that one. See, so I realised after telling you lot that I'd actually put this over the top of the frame and not underneath on the passenger side. So I'm just going to use the quick release now to release it and run it under the frame. There we go, done. You can see now I've just readjusted that so it comes under the frame instead of over the frame. So just make sure you don't forget that either. Okay, so when you look at the pump, you've got a negative terminal and a positive terminal. So you can see that's got a red on the positive. So that needs to go on the red side of the battery. That needs to go on the black side of the battery. So in the Mini, we'll obviously just drop this cover off. We've got the posi and we've got the negative over here. So we're going to connect our jump cables up to the pump. Okay, so let's connect our negative there. Then we'll take our jump lead and put it onto the negative terminal on the car. We'll do the same for positive. So while we're in the battery, let's connect that properly. So there's nice secure connection there. Then we come down, red wire onto the positive. Now all your connections are straight, so all I do is just make sure that I've got the jack in the same place so it's sort of level with that black and white dotted line. So you can see actually the jack on this side probably needs to come forward a little bit, just so it's jacking in the same place on the car. So we're going to drag that forward, then we're ready to go. Okay, now comes the fun bit, so we get to lift the car up. So let's grab our controller. Right, we'll hold up and up it goes, so it's starting to lift off the floor. At this point, before you get too high, just have a quick check under your car. Make sure that your rubber blocks are on the jacking point, and if you need to move them, lower the car and just move those rubber blocks. So those are on the jacking point on the Mini, so we can go back up. What we'll do is check the driver's side. That one's fine, and that one's fine. So it's a little bit of just a safety check that it's not going to fall off those blocks. So let's hold up, and up we go. You can see that locking mechanism just sliding across. till it gets to its highest position. So that's now in its highest position off the ground with no lock on. So what we do, let's show you this. So this is like a locking cam. So you can see if that slid past here, we go all the way up, that's no longer going to move. So what we do to lock the jack in place is hold down and wait for the jacks to hit this ridge here. You can do the same at this height as well, which is the halfway height. This cam's out the way, so it's not going to raise. When you drop in the car, what you do is push it all the way up and drop this cam down so it slides over and doesn't let this bit hook on. So we double check our driver's side and we are locked in exactly the same. So you can see now that car's a really good height up in the air for it to be able to work on it. So what I'll do is I'll get the creeper and show me sliding under the car so you can see exactly how much room there actually is. Okay, so I've got my creeper out, so I'm going to slide under the car and show you how much room there actually is. So as you can see with me under the car, there's plenty of room. So if you had to take the exhaust off, you're working on suspension or all the control arms or anything like that under the car, there's plenty of room. Maybe if you're trying to take the gearbox out or something, you might struggle a little bit. Don't know, not really done the job myself for a few years, and even that was with friends. So I can't remember how high we had the car for that. But for 99% of the jobs I want to do on my driveway, like fitting exhaust, like control arms, suspension, that's so much quicker and easier. Honestly, I wish I'd brought it years ago. With the amount of how-to videos this would have made so much easier if I'd had one of these to hand. And as you can see, we can get the car up and down. Obviously I've talked through it, so it took a little bit longer on the video, but even then it's been a lot safer and a lot easier, and I think that's a big thing for me. It gives confidence to go under the car. I was scared when it came to jacking up cars, axle stands, everything else, because I've seen them fall. This, especially with that locking mechanism, is a really safe way of jacking up the car. Obviously take this video as guidance and a bit of a review. If you've got any concerns around jacking up your car using these jacks, please refer to the user manual. Don't just rely on the information I'm telling you, and be safe with these as ever when jacking cars. However safe and good these are, you still need to be cautious. So for me, I'd give it a big thumbs up in terms of one of the best tools I've brought to work on the car. So if you found today's review useful, please hit that like button and subscribe so you get updates on future content, whether it's the Mini R56, we've got the Subaru BRZ, and we've still got the R53 that we may do a few videos on as well. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.